English edition of Dalsan TV, Somalia's premier TV station. My name is Abdulrazak Ali, and let's have a look at what we have prepared for you. Government launches second phase of anti-Al-Shabaab operations in central Somalia. President Mohamud visits Ugandan trained troops in Hilwain. ATMIS adopts action plan on environmental management. Welcome back. The African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, ATMIS, has donated an assessment for food items of internally displaced person in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu.
The African Union Transition Mission in Somalia donated an assortment of food items to internally displaced persons in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu. The donation was made by ATMIS senior leadership led by Special Representative of the Chairperson of Africa Union Commission for Somalia, Ambassador Mohammed El Amin Saif, Police Commissioner Hilary Sau Kanu, the Acting Force Commander Major General Marius Ngenbanka. Speaking at the ceremony held at ATMIS Base Camp, Ambassador Saif described the donation, consisting of rice, wheat flour, cooking oil, dates, and sugar, as a symbol of solidarity with the IDPs during the holy month of Ramadan. The ATMIS Sector 1 Commander Brigadier General Peter Omola, who accompanied the Special Representative of the Chairperson of the Africa Union Commission, said the mission will continue aiding and protecting vulnerable groups affected by conflict and natural disasters. Brigadier General Omola lauded the cordial relationship between ATMIS. Brigadier General Omola lauded the cordial relationship between ATMIS and the local community, which he noted had contributed immensely to the stabilization process of Somalia. ATMIS Senior Humanitarian Liaison Officer Abdul Diabagate, who spearheaded the food distribution exercise, said the initiative was critical in supporting the livelihoods of those affected by the devastating drought. Displaced by the ongoing drought in Lower and Middle Shabelle, the IDPs relocated to Dalogat Camp, Dainile district southeast of Benadir, in search of food and shelter, among other necessities. In the face of humanitarian catastrophes, ATMIS continues to play a critical role in supporting livelihoods and creating peace and stability in Somalia.
The African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, ATMIS, has adopted an action plan that will see the mission integrate environmental issues in its operations in Somalia. The plan was adopted at the end of a one-day workshop organized by ATMIS and the United Nations Support Office in Somalia, UNSOS, in Mogadishu, and attended by environment focal points from the military and police components. The document sets out a raft of measures ATMIS personnel will apply in their day-to-day activities to contribute to environmental protection, especially when utilizing precious resources such as water, food, and energy.
The African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, ATMIS, has adopted an action plan that will see the mission integrate environmental issues in its operations in Somalia. The action plan was adopted at the end of a one-day workshop organized by ATMIS and the United Nations Support Office in Somalia, in Mogadishu, and attended by environmental focal points from the military and police components. The document sets out a raft of measures ATMIS personnel will apply in their day-to-day activities to contribute to environmental protection, especially when utilizing precious resources such as water, food, and energy. Speaking at the workshop, the Special Representative of the Chairperson of the African Union Commission (SRCC) for Somalia, Ambassador Mohammed El Amin Saif, said the action plan will strictly be applied when handing over forward operating bases, or FOBs, to the federal government of Somalia to minimize environmental damage ahead of the expiry of the ATMIS mandate in 2024. The decision, he said, will fulfill the commitment made by ATMIS and UNSOS during the 23rd session of the Assembly of the International Renewable Energy Agency held in Abu Dhabi at the beginning of the year. The director of UNSOS, Amadou Kamara, who also attended the workshop, urged ATMIS personnel to adopt sustainable practices that promote environmental conservation by reducing energy consumption and ensuring proper waste disposal. UNSOS, which provides logistical support to ATMIS, is implementing environmental protection measures such as installing incinerators, constructing portable toilets, and establishing tree nurseries at ATMIS FOBs. ATMIS Deputy Force Commander in charge of support and logistics, Major General Peter Kimani Muteti, who spoke at the close of the workshop, noted that through environmental protection, ATMIS personnel will help avert climate change-related conflicts in Somalia.
Somalia's President Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has visited the Hilwain military base, which is located between Mogadishu and Balad, where Somali National Army soldiers who recently returned from training in Uganda are stationed. The head of the state was accompanied by the Minister of Defense, Abdulkadir Mohamed Noor, the Mayor of Mogadishu, Yusuf Hussein Jemale, and the Somali Police Commissioner, General Sulub Ahmed Farin.
Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud visited Hilwena military base, which is located between Mogadishu and Balad, where the Somali National Army soldiers who recently returned from training in Uganda are stationed. The head of the state was accompanied by the Minister of Defense, Abdulkadir Mohamed Noor, the Mayor of Mogadishu, Yusuf Hussein Jemale, and the Somali Police Commissioner, General Sulub Ahmed Firin. The soldiers who got months-long military training are intended to contribute to the security of Mogadishu and in the booming fight against the Al-Shabaab fighters. The President instructed the military officers to do their duties with vigilance, control, security, and peace of mind. He also urged them to set an example for other forces in maintaining peace in the country. President Hassan emphasized that the Army's primary responsibility is to protect the safety, dignity, and lives of Somali citizens. Thousands of Somali soldiers trained in Uganda will start to arrive in the country earlier this year. The troops are expected to supplement ground troops who have been fighting alongside the U.S. Africa Command, the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia (ADMIS), and the local militia in the war against Al-Shabaab. Many militants have lost their lives in Lower Shabelle and Middle Shabelle regions.
Somali government has officially launched the second phase of operations against Al-Shabaab fighters in central Somalia. With the support of clan militias, the Somali military has started operations to hunt down the group's fighters in villages on the outskirts of Beledweyne town. The Allied forces succeeded to recapture several villages including Tarashante, Berhana, and El Ahle.
Somali government has officially launched the second phase of operations against Al-Shabaab fighters in central Somalia. With the support of clan militias, the Somali military has started operations to hunt down the group's fighters in villages on the outskirts of Beledweyne town. The Allied forces succeeded to recapture several villages, including Tarashante, Berhana, and El Ahle. Hiran region governor of the Hiran region, Ali Jaite Osman, who spoke to the media, vowed that the forces will start the operation to liberate all villages in the West Hiran region. The announcement by the governor comes hours after the Somali forces recaptured the Gal'ad town in Galgaduud region. Danab, a unit of the U.S. trained commandos, entered the town, one of the Al-Shabaab strongholds in the Galgaduud region. The district's residents fled several days ago, and how many casualties died due to the fighting is unknown.
Thank you so much for watching Dalsan TV. My name is Abdulrazak Ali. Have a lovely evening.